Hello and welcome back. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast, and today we are diving right back into, oh man, BattleTech 3025, BattleTech Extended Commander's Edition by the ever-famous Harry78. Oh man, how's everybody doing today? First things first, if you are watching this and the audio sounds great, fantastic. If not, please let me know, and if you're watching this over on YouTube, as always, let me know as well. There are a few levers I can pull over there. It's good to be back here at the computer. Good to be back here playing some BattleTech. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. And today almost didn't happen, but we're here and we're hanging out for a few hours. So, oh man, how's everybody doing? How's everything going? Things on our end are doing good. I got my can of Vernors here in front of me, doing all right with that. Got a few Twix, left and right Twix, I think. Let's see. Got to make sure you got both styles here. Got a bunch of left, Well, we only have left Twix, so right Twix. We'll have to try that out next time. Anyway, we are here with the Breadbox Privateers in some pretty cool territory, trying to pick up the pieces after a horrible series of events last time. Took a mission that was pure salvage, and we ejected 3 of our pilots. One of them bailed, and we didn't get anything. So it was rough. But we are here in Cretan territory. We are working for That World's Alliance. And the clans are invading. It's a little sketchy right now, but we're definitely trying to work out things, making sure things are going all right. Words are difficult as always. I'm super stoked to be here. Unfortunately, we did lose our Dervish a few streams ago, so we're going to try to figure out what we can build next. We are one part away from a Griffin, and right now we are trying to get some mechs back into one piece, and we're likely going to be traveling from this system to somewhere else. There's only 3 skull missions left here, and with most of our mechs out of action, that's going to be very difficult to tackle. Thankfully, unfortunately, we didn't have a cockpit mod here that we can put back in, but we do have most of our mechs generally in one piece, which is all right. We still have most of the things here, all the cool shindigs, all that jazz. Oh man, all that fantastical stuff. Now, I do have to say that we are running the most recent, latest version of BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition. We are running version 1.9.1.2, so that has been 2 updates since we streamed last. They came out basically about a week and a half apart. And one of the cool things that was done with that, we'll take a look at that here, is the Valkyrie got a new module back in, basically a main intercept system, which is pretty cool. So it ignores 2 evasion pips for LRMs. We've always been a little unhappy with how we've got this kitted out. 2 medium lasers, an Artemis SRM6. It's okay. It's been okay. We're going to use this time, since we're going to be traveling, to rip out the SRM, and we're going to put some LRMs in here. Now, one of the cool things that we can do with this is we do have 2 missile hardpoints. So we can try to cram an LRM-10 and something else in there. It's just not going to work that well. So LRM-10 is 5 tons and only generates 10 heat, whereas the LRM-5 is 2 tons and generates 6 heat. So we can fit, because we have 5 tons here, but we need ammo. We're going to put 2 LRM-5s in there. They will run a little bit hot if we need to. We can cycle. I'm not too worried about that. So we'll be a little bit hot overall. I think we're going to be we're going to be 2 extra heat. It's not the end of the world. We always try to target about a 4-bar heat efficiency there. That way we can get 1, maybe 2 alpha strikes in a normal situation. That's kind of how we roll. Now, we might need to reevaluate that at some point, seeing as how a lot of our mechs have, blown up. But we'll deal with it. We'll work through it. So there we go. That's right, the Breadbox Privateer variant of the Valkyrie. 2 medium lasers and some LRM-5s. Now, we could put some extra stuff in here other than a medium laser, but we don't really have that much in our inventory. Basically, that's 2 tons right there. We could do some other cool, crazy shindigs, but that would mean losing a lot of armor on a pretty lightweight chassis already, and we want to keep our jump jets. So we could here drop 1.5 tons. That would put us at 3.5 tons floating, and we could try to squeeze another 1.5 tons out of armor just to fit a large laser. I'm not super stoked about that, so we're going to leave this as is. Let's see if we can't get ourselves a light LRM-10 support mech. It's only going to be 2 days because we've done most of the upgrades with Yang in his area, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately for us, oh, the Vulcan took a lot of damage. Oh, oh man, it's bad. It's really bad. So we lost another cockpit mod, which is unfortunate. A lot of those injury resist. We spent a good chunk of change picking those up when we had the chance. Before anyone asks, on this planet, we can sell stuff, but there's no stores. So yeah, it's not a good situation. But we do still have our ER large laser, small lasers over here.
Activated.
Oh man, thank you very, very much for the resub, Tug. Dude, 8 months, man. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Tug says 1 more month and we have another mini toast sub. So you bought 3 months. Oh, Tug. Oh my gosh, Tug, man. You're fantastic, dude. Super, super awesome, man. If anyone doesn't already know, please, 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 please go check out the Tug Bobo. That's right. He does a lot of crazy cool stuff, whether it's going to be MechWarrior Online, BattleTech, BattleTech Revised, different mods, Bannerlord Saga, just whatever it is. There's cool stuff. Rumor has it there may be some War Thunder shenanigans in the future at some point. So go and check him out. If you're over on YouTube, just search up Tug Bobo, Tugbobo, and you'll either find his channel or you'll find videos of me playing with him on my channel. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. Hey, Seawolf, how's it going, man? Seawolf101 says, hi. Looks like I missed the excitement. It's all right, man. It's all right. We are picking up the pieces from... Yeah, there's a lot of bad things that happened last stream. And we're trying to put everything back together. Thankfully, we've got enough small lasers to make this work. But it was rough. It was rough. It wasn't even like it was excruciatingly painful with a benefit. It was just all loss. It was not good. So you know what are you gonna do? We're gonna put a small laser plus over here for extra accuracy, which is gonna help, especially with it being on the torso, where you don't get that accuracy bonus from the arm. But yeah, this should work out just fine for the most part. So we will rock and roll with that. Make sure we repair all just in case there's anything floating. We will dive on in. How's it going today, Seawolf? Hopefully our crazy shenanigans will make it a little bit better. And if it's already going great, well, then hopefully we can make it fantastic, man. We are kind of chilling out and having some fun over here. Finally getting a chance to dive back into BattleTech. It's a holiday weekend here in the States. So for me, I've got tomorrow off, which means I can stream a little bit later today, which is good because Mini Toast meant that I was streaming a little bit later to start. But we're here doing some cool stuff. There is likely, FYI, for those that are here watching, there is very likely going to be a fun brand new stream tomorrow, one-off stream tomorrow, diving into a pre-beta game, which is pretty darn cool. So I'll have more information about that tomorrow. I can't really talk about it today, but look for me in this channel here in this space on Twitch tomorrow afternoon for some interesting stuff. I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun. Hey, Hamster of Wrath. Oh, man. And that reminds me, I do have to give a shout out to some sneaky follows from Persuaded Terror, Hamster of Wrath. There you go, man. And Tank Hair themselves from just under 2 weeks ago. Thank you very much for following the channel. And Hamster says, evening, morning, the hat stand, delete is applicable. I'll let that stand. That's approved. You're good to go. We just got our mechs all squared away. We've already gone through our barracks. We've got all our pilots squared away as well. The question is, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Because mission-wise, we'll take a look at those. There's nothing for us left on this planet. We've taken a lot of missions. Things went really poorly last time. So we got to find somewhere else to travel to and hopefully get some cool jobs along the way. Seawolf has been good, rocking some rogue tech, and finally scraped the C-bills together to get my Rifleman 2 active. Ooh, rogue tech's got some really, really cool updates that they've been rolling out the last few months. Rifleman 2 is really awesome. So for those of you that don't know, and most of you probably do, but if you're out there watching on YouTube, here's some cool information. So we are currently playing BEX3025, BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition by Harry78. And it's one of the 3 or 4 main mod pillars of the community. One of the other very popular ones, one of the first ones that came out was Rogue Tech, which throws everything in the kitchen sink together. It's had a history of not being very stable, but it has gotten a lot better through updates. There's a lot of content there. It significantly changes a lot of core aspects of the game, but it's a lot of fun. As far as mods that kind of fit in between the one we're playing and Rogue Tech, of course, you've got BattleTech Advanced 3062 by Bloody Doves, which, again, is a bit closer to Rogue Tech. Not quite as close to 3025, but it's again an absolute blast. Includes clan mechs, all that jazz. And then in between those, you've got BattleTech Revised, the new kid on the block by by Don Zappo and the Edmund. And it's still going through a lot of updates and iterations. It's pretty solid right now. They're basically stamping out bugs and making sure that they've got features added that they want to add. We'll be tackling that later this year as far as a series to play through. So there's a lot of cool stuff out there. And there's smaller projects that are still cruising along as well. You've got Hades Rim and stuff like that by Hobbs. There's so much stuff out there. If you want to do something weird in BattleTech, you can definitely, there's stuff to do. Yeah, Seawell says current Rotech version is pretty solid. Absolutely. From what I've been seeing from like Baradol playing and stuff like that, it's gotten a lot better and it's pretty cool. So it's always exciting once you can start chasing efficiency and start allowing your users. You're not just like basically you're not just wowed by the content, but it actually starts to play smoother and smoother, and you know the game doesn't get in the way of the experience, right? But where we want to go, there's a lot of travel in here. A lot of multi-skulls. That's not really super ideal for us. So I'm hoping, I did a quick review here on the latest version that Harry updated, and I think we're going to be okay. But I haven't checked for the job, so I'm hoping they're not super hosed. We're going to search for 2 skulls just to see what's out there. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do, so everything is good to go. We are down to 1 medium, so oh man. Hamster of Wrath says, enjoying 3094 mod at the moment. It's crazy, full mech engineering, clan tech. It's nuts in a good way. Oh my goodness. 3094, is that... You're getting close to the realm of tripod mechs, right? Like the big 120 tonners and stuff like that. That's really cool. That's really cool, Hamster. Wow. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, ladies and gents, what do we want to do? What do we want to tackle? Have we been here to Vajakoski? We're going to do something really cool. We're going to press the F1 or function 1 to hide all of the systems that we've visited because we want to keep going to new places. It's just more exciting that way. So what is in Vajakoski? Uninhabited, which means there's likely not going to be a good store there. 21 days, 120,000 Seabills. Ugh, gross. Inner sphere level civilization, though, so that's pretty cool. Mega city, pirate presence, a lot of interesting stuff there. So we could travel that way. I kind of want to start getting a little bit closer to Outworlds. We got, again, we are basically acting as privateers for corporate interests from Outworlds Alliance. So the closer we can get back over there, we can start getting some more missions by them and start getting some more cash and money our way. But there's not a lot happening right there. It's all happening with the clan invasion in the year 3050 where we're at. So, yeah, Sewell says so many mods, so little time. Oh, man, there's so much good stuff out there. I mean, I've got a vanilla playthrough that I'm sitting on over 21 years in game. Like, the gameplay loop for BattleTech is just fantastic. It's so good. So good. Yeah, absolutely, Hamster. Hamster says, yeah, that's lots of choice. To be honest, the mod community really salvaged this title. Absolutely, man. And I do want to give a little bit of a plug out there. So if you're curious on where to find the mod that we're playing, that's going to be BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition. You can go find that over on the Nexus Mods page. If you have questions, you can ask them there and you get some answers. If you want a more in-depth conversation about the ins and the outs, the technology, what's coming next, on that webpage, you can also find a link to their Discord page. And that's a pretty large happening community, as most of the other mod communities are for BattleTech. So go over and check them out. You're going to find some cool stuff, and you'll find some characters over there. Least of all, me. I'm there as well. So there's some good stuff. But, man, where do we want to go? We could go to Otho. It's mostly Draconis Combine, which we are on good terms with them. So, yeah, that would work out pretty good. We're not going to ally with them, though. That would only be the Outworlds Alliance. Planetary Government and Pirates. What else do we have? What's way down here? Oh, 36 and 150. That's going to be a little bit too far. And it's a prison planet. That's kind of cool. I don't really want to go back to the south. Again, that's even more time and money. Maybe... Oh, man. There's not a lot of good options. So my guess is we're going to have to travel to Otho. So we're going to put some time back on the clock for that. 21 days in transit's not too bad. Yeah, Hamster says, be careful in clan space. The skull rating doesn't really count. Yeah, from what I've understood, a half skull is equivalent to a 3 or a 4 skull, depending on your lance makeup. And they're dropping stars and not actual, like, 4-man lances. I know a little bit about clans, like kind of the general premise of their invasion and some of the cool mechs that are out there. But again, I'm not very familiar with the actual details or lore on the clan invasion beyond a lot of surface details. So we keep running into like tier 2 tech and stuff. And I'm just like, what is this? What is that? I don't even know. It's just like so much fun to just find this stuff out just firsthand, just get hit right in the face by it, you know? Hey, Zacchus, how's it going, my friend? Zacchus says, hello, fellow Muscovian. Mountain Standard Time. Aw, yeah. Zacchus says, you can ask me if you want to fight the clans. Zacchus, do you want to fight the clans? That's me asking, man. Oh gosh, what did I do? Something happened. There we go. All right. I think we're gonna travel to Otho. We don't really care about the black market. The pirates really hate us quite a bit. There's some other stuff here though, as far as it's rich. Population isn't that great, but it's a travel hub, so we'll go there. We'll travel that way. Maybe we can jump up here and see what's left of the Rosselhag Republic. They seem to be having a really rough time right now. So we're going to travel that way. We've already got our stuff kitted out, so we'll set course. We'll pause it, though, to make sure that we get another Argo upgrade moving. Oh, beautiful, beautiful scenery, man. Oh, I love this game. It's so gorgeous. Ah, it's so good, so good. But we are working on ship upgrades, so let's see what we got. There is one in progress, so we will let that fly. We'll travel all the way back here to the Argo screen, and you see here... we're going to shift-click to this to try to jump to this if we can. And there we go. Ooh, and there is an event. Oh, baby. Let's see. Hamster says, basically, if it fires at you and you can't see it, it's usually clan tech. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Always a good day for pirate hunting. Absolutely, man. Azaka says, so first I thought the Battle of Tukid Flashpoint having 8 very decent assaults with SLDF and triple plus stuff wasn't easy, but was worth it. Ooh. So that's actually really cool. I'm excited to try out some of the flashpoints when they kind of launch here in this game. Some of the unique ones. We're ignoring all the vanilla ones. We've already tackled a bunch of those. If you do want to see me play through a lot of those vanilla flashpoints, you can find those videos over on my YouTube channel. There's all sorts of stuff over there. We've gone through about 33 or 34 of the flashpoints in the core game. And next on the docket is eventually going to be modded flashpoints. But I actually just saw some of the updated maps for the Catalyst Labs Clan Invasion maps for the Battle of Tukid campaign and stuff like that. I think there's 6 or 8 maps that they're going to be making for that or have made. They look really good. I'm excited to try that out. Should be cool. Hopefully getting our first shipment of BattleTech miniatures from that here in the next few months. They're shipping out to the distribution centers right now, so I'm pretty stoked for the Wave 1 on that. But we have a pickup game. What does this say? As you're working out on a machine in the Argos gym, a small group of mech warriors clears equipment out of the way and starts setting up a makeshift basketball court. A ventilation seal ring apparently makes a fine hoop. Data King 1 and Garrison approach you. Are you going to play this time, Commander? 2-on-2. You can be with Tanja Falkenbach. The other mech warriors cheer enthusiastically. We're a privateer. I'll play a friendly game. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Your team wins the toss, which seems to set the tone for the rest of the game. In the final play, Data King 1 lofts a desperate shot from range, missing wide. Tanja Falkenbach grabs the rebound, kicks it back to you. A crossover dribble leaves Garrison floundering, one foot tripping over the other, and you calmly drain the winning shot. After politely shaking hands, Data King 1 looks appropriately chagrined. That was a good game, Commander. I guess I'd better stick to killing things in my mech. Tanja Falkenbach claps her on the back. Yeah. Maybe try calling bank before you alpha strike. It might help. The mech warriors continue hassling each other all the way to the showers. Oh, man. Tanja Falkenbach getting high spirits for 30 days. Nice, 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 nice. Hamster says salvaging clan tech is as hard as the darn things don't fall over. Yeah, that's true. It's a fast anvil. Your assaults can run. Oh, man. I always try to make everything go as fast as possible. It's important. It's important. Zach says, with my current lance, I can try 2 to 3 clan skull missions, or 2 to 3, skull missions for the clans. Hunting for more Daishis, maybe a gladiator, or... Ooh, that could be really cool. That could be cool. So we're going to get a lot of mechs back in action, which is going to be nice. Every single one of our pilots, it looks like, is going to be back in action as well. The financial report's going to hit. We're just going to jump straight to that. Oh, and that's right. We do have all of the inner merc stuff. I forgot about these. I love these things. They're so good. Oh, man, what do we have here? What do we have here? For inner sphere pilots, seeing a stalker on sensors is a cause for concern. This can be a scarier encounter now, or perhaps not, with the addition of the STK-5S amongst Federated Commonwealth forces, and the STK-5M for primarily Capellan units, but Merrick units also. Outfitted with the relatively recently rediscovered Starlink technology, the House Steiner STK-5S can be characterized primarily by its tendency to overheat. The designers behind this variant took the simple step of upgrading its engine and firepower without taking heat buildup into consideration. The mech has had its engine replaced with an XL engine, and the large lasers have been removed and replaced with 2 large pulse lasers. For protection against ammunition explosions, case has been added to both side torsos, and an anti-missile system has been added for protection against incoming missiles. The mech is produced by Trelshire Heavy Industries on Twycross. Cool. An upgrade originating from the Free Worlds League, the 5M variant of the Stalker uses Starlink technology. Most of the weaponry was retained, but both large lasers were removed for a single diverse optic sunbeam ER large laser. That's what I want to see, man. Oh, man. Placed in the mech centerline, and a NARC missile beacon in the left torso, accompanied by 2 tons of ammunition. Cool. Oh, that's really, really, really cool, man. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, and what do we have here? Venom. I have no idea what a Venom is. What is a Venom? See, this is what I'm talking about, chat. I see something that I'm just like, I have no clue. I've got no clue. Oh, man. The Venom is a brand new mech being used by the Draconis Combine based on the Spider. Okay. The only design we're known for, the Venom was proved extremely popular by Draconis Combine, who have ordered large quantities to make up for losses. At 5 tons heavier than the Spider, the Venom nevertheless perfectly replicates its progenitor's excellent mobility, including a cruising speed of 86 kilometers an hour and 8 jump jets split between the rear side torsos for a total jumping distance of 240 meters. It also improves upon the Spider's firepower by mounting 4 medium pulse lasers. Oh gosh. Wow. XL engine. Oh man, ferrofibrous armor. That's really cool. Wow. Okay, a Hermes 2, which is pretty cool. Good to see one of those again rolling around. I do know about those. The Grand Dragon. Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's so cool. I want one. I want one. It's got ERPPCs, Archer variants. Oh, man. This stuff is so cool, chat. It's so awesome. I want it all. It's so fluffy. Azakis and Chat and Hamster are talking about Mad Cats being awesome. I would agree. That I do recognize those as are iconic. Zacchus's Venom is a parasite that infected Spider-Man. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. It's a spider that presumably doesn't explode when you sneeze on it. Fair point. And Seawall says, I found the answer to my Waddle Mech ground speed. Mechanical jump jets. Are those basically like spring-loaded footsteps or boots where you just kind of like bound along? Like, I think, I'm trying to think, like spring shoes or whatever, like those big curved springs you can wear to give yourself like 2 foot bigger height, and you can kind of jump around and do stuff. I'm assuming that's what mechanical jump jets are. I've heard a few people talk about them, but I have no clue what they are other than potentially that. I don't know. So we're going to continue on and travel to that financial report. That's the goal. Oh, baby. Oh, man. This is going to be expensive. This is going to be expensive. But hopefully we can find some good missions where we're going, and we can get some C-bills and some more mechs built up. I really want to get some more mediums. Yank says we're good to go. And we're going to let that financial report continue on. Oh, man. Comstar News Bureau. Another 30 worlds. Dear golly gee whiz, man. Holy wah. Another 30 worlds have fallen to the invaders, including Rosselhag. Well, so much for going there. Elected Prince Håkon Magnusson is reported to have escaped the planet, which, according to reports, was seized in only 5 days of brutal fighting. The Kungsarm has, at this point, been reduced by 4 regiments. Holy crap. So far, no major defensive action against the invaders has succeeded, and none of the major inner sphere powers appear to have committed any significant force to stop the ongoing action. That doesn't sound very good. That doesn't sound very good at all. Is Rosselhag still there? Or is it gone? Okay, so Rosselhag is still there, but I guess their planet is just completely kaput. Sheesh, that's rough. That's really rough. Oh, man. Seawall says sort of, but the ones I just picked up give you jump 10. Wow, that's really good. I think it's good anyway. It sounds good. Feels good. Good. G U with the 2 double dots over it. D. Good. Oh man. Taking a swig of delicious Diet Mountain Dew. How's everybody's day going so far? Over here on our end, it is going to be a holiday weekend, so I don't have to work tomorrow, which is great, which means we're going to be doing a pretty cool surprise stream tomorrow for some unyet announced pre-beta gameplay for something else rolling around, which is pretty cool. So if you want, check out this space tomorrow afternoon around this time, give or take a few hours, and we'll have some cool stuff rolling around. Hamster says, yeah, Rasselhog was pretty much the tip of multiple spheres of the clan invasion before everyone else woke up and panicked. Yeah. Zach says, I got a delicious 75% 151 proof rum. Ooh. It tastes delicious as what it sounds like, and you can probably run your car on it. 140 proof is what you can run most vehicles over here in the States on. So, man, what kind of rum is it? Just straight rum? Is it flavored? Well, let me know. Details, man. Details. It's important. Oh, 500,000 C-bills. Ugh, gross. We're still at our 2 million, so that's pretty good. We'll leave this here. We are finally, eventually, sticking around in steady morale rather than low morale, so that's good. Oh, man. Travel to Ortho is 1 day away. Hopefully they've got a store. I want to buy stuff, so. Zaka says, Gosling's Black Seal Dark Spiced Rum. Ooh. Now, I don't know about Gosling's or Black Seal or anything, but spiced rum in general, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Ooh, we have an event. The Accidental Smugglers, ladies and gents. This doesn't sound good. Darius calls from the planet's surface where he has been directing a resupply trip. Commander, while loading the shuttle, I found that several suspiciously heavy cases of machine tools also contain secret compartments with AC-5 ammunition. Now, there are probably some very unhappy smugglers somewhere in the city. What do you want to do? Man, we bought the crates. Everything's fine. We're going to keep it. Sorry. We're privateers. It's all right. Later on in the day, Darius arrives back at the Argo. While his crew begins unloading all of the new supplies, he takes you aside. Commander, things went as smoothly as I could have hoped. The customs officials waved us through after only a token inspection of a few random crates. I didn't see anyone else looking at us funny. Oh, man, we got 3 AC-5 ammo. Nice. That's like $20,000 of the C-bills. Oh, buddy. Zaka says, if you know Kraken, this one is like 3 times better. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Kraken's not bad. Hamster says, ooh, had Kraken for the past. Cool. My sister got me cut rum. That was nice as well. Not really familiar with that one. Zaka says, just don't try to drink it in shots. It requires Coke. See, that's what I like about spiced rum, is it might not knock you on your pants, but if you try to just down it, it's going to burn. Spiced is the key word there. That's cool, man. I'll check that out. That's awesome. Let's see, we've got to Otho. Really cool ring system here. That's really beautiful. What do we have in the store while we're here? All sorts of stuff. Charger parts, we don't have anything. There's a dervish part. Oh, sad days. Sad days. Dragons, fire starters. We already have one fire starter already built up, so we don't need any more of those parts. We're 2 pieces away from building the generator that we need. We could do that, but we don't need that. Phoenix Hawk. Quick draw, we got nothing on it. Yeah, that's a bummer. There's not really much here that we could use that well. That's unfortunate. Bummer. What do we have here? Is there anything for weapons that are worthwhile? Artemis 4 LRM-15. That looks cool. ER large laser for $1 million. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. That's a bit too rich for my blood. Ooh, S1E16 equipment. That's really cool. And ammo. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot here for us. Womp womp. Sad days. It is what it is. We could buy some Jenner parts. But we really don't need one. We really need mediums. So we're going to hold off on that. We're going to save our cash. And we're going to take a look just for kick to see who's in the hiring hall. See if there's any streamer pilots there. Let's see. I don't see any, so no dice. Let's take a look at the contracts. Hamster says half your funds for an ER large laser is a bit steep. It's true, but they're pretty awesome. Azaka says I can hang around for 2 hours, so I'll get a few more drinks. That'll be awesome, Azakis, because we're going to be hanging out for about just around 2 more hours, having a lot of fun. And it looks like we will indeed be able to get some more missions under our belt, having some fun, doing some stuff, which is pretty darn cool. Oh, man. Training day, that would be a pretty decent paycheck. We could do that. That'll be potentially a walk in the park. Humanitarians. This could be pretty cool. This is a 1.5 skull. We also have a 2 skull and an urban in the battle. I kind of want to do Dug in Deep. I think this will be a lot of fun. If anyone doesn't already know, Blackout is a new mission type that's been introduced with mission control, and especially in the most recent version of BEX3025. It's a really fun mission. It can go about 3 or 4 different ways. I haven't seen all the permutations, but it can work in your favor. It can work against you. It's a 2 skull, so this could shift. This could shift to a 3 skull difficulty, which we've dealt with before, and we lost some mechs and some pilots. So let's dive on in. What's the worst that could happen? We're gonna leave the negotiation right down here through the middle. We are playing on the most difficult settings possible. 8 pieces per mech, stingy salvage, all that stuff. CT destruction on. And of course, over here, our personal house rules. If we are below 1.5 million C-bills, we will prioritize C-bills. If we are above 2.5 million C-bills, we will prioritize salvage. In between, we leave it straight down the middle. So 375,000 C-bills, pick one, get 4. Not too shabby. Draconis Combine, I mean, we didn't set out to be best friends with them, but right now that's the case. So we're getting some pretty good mission terms right now, which is nice. So we are going to accept those terms, and we're going to see what we can do here. We got a Vulcan, the Panther, the Urban-Mech, and the Locust. What else do we want? So I think we might try our brand new Valkyrie. That could be pretty darn cool. So we'll get the Locust out of here. We'll put the Vulcan down, and we'll find some pilots. I think we will leave Sarvik down here in the Panther with the twin large laser plus version. And let's see, man. Who else do we want to put in here as a pilot? Who do we have on deck right now? That is the question. All day, every day. Who do we have? Who do we have? Questions, questions, questions. Well, we definitely know that Tug Bobo's around, so we're going to take Tug and we're going to put him into the Vulcan over here. It's got a ER large laser and a bunch of smash and dash stuff. 2 gunnery, that's okay. It's really the piloting that we really need, and that extra evasion. That's going to be huge. So Hamster says it's fine. Reputation is just extra room to turn on them later. Absolutely, man. The whole premise is that we're allied and trying to ally with the Outworlds Alliance. They don't really have a lot of influence this far out, apparently, for missions, so we aren't really to boost our reputation with them. But we're just kind of bumming around Cretan space and Federated Sun space, just doing whatever we want as long as it can cause issues for them. But apparently we've done enough missions that the Koreans are like, hey, we're happy you're here, and we're making bank. So, hey, if it works, it works. Oh, man. See, who else do we have for good gunnery? We've got Hollow down here, so we're going to do that with 2 large lasers, 2 small lasers, the angriest trash can. Oh, man. Actually, we're going to put the Hollow over here into the Valkyrie with those 2 LRM-5s. We got now a main intercept system, which is pretty cool, a new upgrade thanks to the recent update in BEX3025. We're running on version 1.9.1.2, which is pretty darn cool. Remember, if you are looking to update for that, make sure that you completely reinstall the cab. It's a whole brand new installer. Just going in person on the update version is not going to give you a good situation. So, Zach says, looking at your mech bay, I sincerely hope you're not even thinking of going up against the clans. No, we're just going to try to flirt with that boundary a little bit, Azakis. See if we can't scrounge some good missions here and there. Rumor has it, Inner Sphere missions are paying better near clan space, but I haven't had the chance to interact or engage with that, so we'll see. Yeah, Hamster says it would be short, spectacular, but short. Yeah, absolutely, man. We're getting our butt kicked just by normal 3 skull missions as it is. Let's see, who else do we have that's a really good gunner here? Probably should go with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cyber Gizmo. We'll put him down here into Urban Got some melee action going on as well. So 3 multi-shots as well as an evasion expert down here with Tug. Should be fine. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine. Darius does not think it's going to be fine. We're going to go for it. Oh, man. I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voice thumps. Some people over on YouTube call me the Viceroy of Voices. And we're going to see what we got as I take a swig of Werner's Ginger Ale, the original ginger ale. Oh, man. Non-sponsored, but I should be. It's so good. Oh, buddy. Oh, man. Good stuff. Hamster says, in fairness, Darius is often wrong sometimes. We've had a lot of luck pushing the envelope of what's possible, just based on how we've kitted out our mechs and our general strategy. The last few streams, though, that has come crashing down hard back in our face. We've had to do massive repairs, and holy wah. Look at that scenery right there. Oh, man, oofta. That's fantastic. Scheiße, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. Blue and just, it's so beautiful, man. Zach says, no, seriously, you need between 4 to 8 good assaults with lots of LCLDF equipment. I did vast majority of flashpoints. Got some Highlanders, Atlases, Zeuses, and Cyclops. The Bull Shark. No, absolutely, man. Wow, that is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. But yeah, no, for sure. The clans are absolutely no joke, and we are nowhere near even close to tackling them. But we're going to flirt with danger because I hear that missions against non-clans still pay relatively good. So we're gonna see what happens. This is the brutal sim career. This is the masochism tango. It's all going to be bad. Objectives are sit rep. The blackout mission here is still 375, 1,000 C-bills. Pick one, get 4. 2 skulls could flex to 3 based on Darius. I think it might, and we'll see. Last week, radio comms with a strategic outpost was interrupted mid-data stream to one of the remote relays, and we've been unable to re-establish contact. Our other units are all tied up, so we need you to make contact and get a sit rep. That's what we're paying you for. Interrupted midstream? Not much does that, Commander. We better be ready for anything down there, including the unexpected. Well, let's hit the begin mission button. Let's see how sideways this is gonna get. My guess is so sideways it's upside down. And I love this map, by the way. So beautiful and gorgeous. It's from the original campaign missions. I think we figured that out about 4 or 5 streams ago. It's just, it looks so good, man. It looks so good. Hamster says, I mean, you can always just go to their territory and buy some tech from their shops. It's true. We got to get some C-bills for that, though. Zach says, one comment, good and potentially lore correct thing about clanners is that they are rather reckless. Go out into the open, not full armor, so easy to alpha, but not easy to hit, and they pack loads of nasty weapons. For sure, man. I would love to get my hands on those, but I don't think my mechs are going to be sturdy enough to keep them attached. Let's see. Landing site secure. Let's go do what we agreed, Commander. Scout out that data relay and take it from there. Good luck. Establish sit rep with 2 units. Okay, not 4. That's all right. Ladies and gents, look at this map. This is just so cool, man. Look at it. Look at this place. Look at this. It's so awesome, man. It's just like a big rolling version of the Midwest here in the States. It's really cool. I like it. All right, where are we at map-wise? Let's get our heads on a swivel. This is not going to end up well. The corner is over there, and we're not in a corner over here. Not really. So what that means is if there are going to be reinforcements at any stages, they're going to not come from behind us most likely, but they are going to come from everywhere else. And this is blackout, so we'll see. But Hamster says, yep, being booped by 2 ERPPCs by something outside your vision sensors is great fun. It's all part of the adventure, man. It's all part of the adventure. Yeah, Zacchus is giving absolutely solid advice, man. You need lots of gunnery. Master called shots for headshot attempting is great. TTS to break through their evasion. All that stuff, man. Yeah, if you're taking on the clans, there's a reason in lore that over 100 systems have already fallen. It's because they're terrifying. They've got a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. Right now, there might be a turret over here. I think we're going to angle towards that, see if we can't tackle that first. But we do need to get here into this region. That turret may or may not be against us. It really depends on what's going on. We're going to have the Urban sprint along over there. And still no eyes. Yeah, this will be fine. It'll be fine. The big question is, what's the situation down here? What's going on? And then we'll kind of tackle it as much as we possibly can. We're going to have tug roll over there. We see another turret possibly coming up. Do we know what kind of turret this is? Or is there nothing here? Okay. Well, so much for that. We're just going to sprint out to the road. We're going to use that for our advantage to be able to get in and get out and fall back if we need to. So, let's see. Yeah, essential lock is a must. Yep. And let's see. Yep, keep a distance. After his first 2 salvos. Yeah, I hear you, man. You're just like, what is happening? Why? So we're going to move up here, and we're going to try to get a good idea. We've got the Vulcan rolling along. We'll get our Panther into a good position and cover here to support if we need it. Same thing for the Urban Mech, and then we'll have our Valkyrie move up here into this little bit of cover. And we'll tackle this next round after that. We're going to shift around, and we're going to sprint up. Everyone on ult is going to brace. Detected incoming forces of unknown origin. Red alert status. Well, that doesn't sound good, chat. That doesn't sound good at all. Red alert status for unknown forces. They've got their defenses fully primed. What's going on? Local government forces. That's not good. They're targeting us? Man, we're supposed to be the good guys. I guess the local government nationalized this particular facility. That's not super good. That's not good for us. Not good at all. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. What do we have here? Large laser SRM2s, a lot of medium lasers. PPCs. Oh, no. This is not good, chat. This is not good at all, man. There is a turret right here. Holy crap, we missed it. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Mistakes were made. Crap, man. Oh, dude. Well. How about we... Sure. We'll get back over here. Can we jump further? We're going to DFA it. Why not? Why not? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There we go. Smash. There it is. Turret destroyed. Jumped on it. Squished it flat. Oh, baby. I'm loving our new Valkyrie already. We're going to move over here and start working on... So we're going to jump over this way. Now, what's cool here is in this latest version of BEX3025, you can see here with the Urban Mech, see, hey, we got this 120-degree window, and, oh, we can still fire if we keep rotating until we get to a certain point. Different mechs have different torso twists. They're not always greater. Some of them have less than this desired indicator, so always watch those firing lines just in case. We're going to do this just to kind of keep that everything on the left-hand side over there, just all of our lasers, but still, we're going to kind of keep that squared away. And apparently, that didn't let us shoot. I'm very confused. Okay. Well, that sucks. I was going to jump and shoot, but apparently that is not what's happening. The turrets are just going in and just going ham on us. That's not ideal at all, man. That's not ideal at all. Oh, gross. Gross. We got to get Tug out of there. We're going to come over here and run over and do some shooting. Large lasers, small lasers, all that jazz. Look at that turret armor. Oh, my goodness. That sounds horrifying. Sounds horrifying. Can we jump with the Panther? We can. We could try to Goomba that one too, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We're going to pivot as much as possible to protect that right arm with those twin large lasers. We're going to jump along. We're going to get boosted damage. We're going to go after this turret, try to get some... There we go. 2 large hits from the lasers. Still up. Not ideal. Cyber Gizmo, can we jump in from cover into cover? We can. We're going to do that as well. We're going to pivot a little bit more. Again, protecting as much as we can on this mech. And there we go. One large laser, and we hit with one. We missed with the other. We finally got into internals. Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Hamster. You should be able to jump and shoot. I don't know. It might have been just a weird initiative system. Not really sure. But we're rolling along as best we can. Again, moving all the way over here with the Valkyrie. All the LRMs. We're going to rock and roll, and it's within range of medium lasers. So why not? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Bazap, bazap. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's still up. It's still up. Ah, that's not good. But we get to go again, apparently. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but hey, I'm going to take it. That'll work out just fine for me. We're going to have Tug work over here to get a couple evasion pips built up there. Looks like just one, but we do have cover. He does have the extra. Because of the close quarters combat suite, it is going to be all extended range. Bazap, bazap, into the turret. Here we go, man. There it is. There it is. It's down to 10. You've got to be kidding me, man. Oh, come on. Can we jump with the Valkyrie into more cover? We can. We're going to try to do our multi-shot here. We're going to do everything we can at this, with the exception of our LMs over there. So there we go. That way we can at least get one shot in there to start to work on that, just to bring it down just a little bit damage-wise, armor-wise, and hopefully, there it is, turret destroyed. You know, the last few times I've played this mission, the turrets have not been an issue. They've been on our side. Right now, that's not working so good. What is this? What? What are... Ladies and gents, Harry, if you're out there watching at some point, I need some explanation, my friend. Well, I'm assuming... I don't know. I don't know what's up with the purple evasion pips. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah, Hamster. Hamster's saying those are tough turrets. These are just-in-case turrets. So they've got a lot of extra armor and everything else. My guess is everything here has been, you know, switched around. Yeah, so Zaka says purple pips were for coil weapons. Originally, I don't know why I have them now, because I don't know. We're learning new things, ladies and gents. New craziness, zaniness is happening, and it's all part of the adventure. We're going to jump with the Urban Mech again to try to get some extra evasion pips built up. And we just lost all the purple ones. Not really sure what those are about, but hey, purple's a cool color, and I got no problems with it. There we go, burning through the armor. We still got a little ways to go. Sarvik is going to be jumping over here, hopefully, with those two ER large lasers, or just two large laser pluses, as it were. Bazap, bazap, shooting along. We miss! We miss with one! Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, man, structure exposed. We horribly misjudged this whole situation already right off the bat and put ourselves in a really bad situation. Oh, man, of course our mech is already about ready to fall over, too. Giving turrets good shots at our back, it's never a good idea, man. Never a good idea. So we're going to roll over here. Why not? We're just going to force the issue home. All the firing, all the things. Here we go. Damage it down as fast and as possibly as we can. Yeah, Hammer says get that Vulcan behind a rock. Normally you'd be right, but we're just going to put that pedal forward all the way through to the floor. We got work to do, man. It's time to break cover, and it's time to get the situation well in hand, or at least make it spectacular when it goes completely sideways. 12 left on the internals. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. We're going to get Hollow out here. And we're going to multi-shot everything we can, with the exception of one of the LRMs over here. It's only got to hit a few times, so we're going to throw both of them just in case. Not the best chance to hit, but we're going to go for it. Bazap, bazap. A few more hits over there. Finally got that down to 190 armor. Oh, dear goodness. There it is, taking the building down and taking out the turret. We have one more turret to take care of. We're going to have Cyber Gizmo attempt to do some cool shenaniganry, and maybe we'll get their attention. I doubt it. But two ER large lasers. Again, not ER, just normal large lasers. And a miss and a miss. Oh, man. It's 82% chance to hit. How could that happen? Oh, no. Oh, the Vulcan. The Vulcan's taking a beating, man. really, really rough. But our left side armor is holding up just fine. And we're going to send Tug all the way over there to give them a strongly worded rebuttal of this treatment of these mechs, man. Overheating, we'll turn off one of the small lasers. There we go. Bazap, bazap, bazap. Here we are, down to 110. We should be able to finish this off. We're just going to move forward as much as we possibly can. Try to give as many potential targets, especially since this has a PPC. It has other things, though, that can hurt really bad. So we'll see what happens. Oh, a disrupted shot. Not the best, but we should still be able to hit just fine. 2 solid shots. Seems to have worked out. We might be coming up a little short. Tug, if you're out there, buckle up, man. This might be a rough ride. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh no, mistakes were made. Oh, they're shooting at the Valkyrie. Yes. Yes. Oh man, oh baby. Oh yeah, that's right. They could have ended Tug, but they didn't. And we're going to take that to our advantage and just fire away. Turn that off. Turn a small laser on. Bazap, bazap. Here we go. Boom! There it is. There it is. Is everything okay down there, Commander? No, Darius, this is not okay. Looks like those turrets were hacked. Something is definitely not right here. Let's move on to the next base. Oh, Darius, everything is not all right down here. Not all right at all. So where do we got to go? Let's see. We got to link up with the main compound all the way over here. I'm trying to see if we can get any potential eyesight on turrets. Not easily seen any at the moment. We might want to get some overwatch up here. It really depends on where things are going to come from. So we'll send our main forces over and down through into the woods, and we'll have this option when we get to this ridge line right here to kind of rotate up and get some overwatch, or rotate down through with some cover at our side. So we'll see. We will see how that works. That's our general game plan. And Tug is in a rough spot. So yeah, not ideal. But we're gonna get everything moving as fast as we possibly can, and we'll see what happens. So Hamster says, yeah, I think the only time pips go purple is coil weapons, or when the assassin ignores the 2 pips when it targets something. That's true. So that's encounter 1. Absolutely. There's usually 2 total encounters, I think, on these particular missions. It's a lot of fun, man. I really, really enjoy this type where it's not just, you don't know everything right up front. Like, you have a primary mission, and then it changes, right? I wish we had more missions like this that were multi-tiered. And so you had to complete the first part, and then the next part, and you don't necessarily know what the next part is going to be until you complete the first one. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, it really reminds me of a lot of the mission types that you'd see in like Mech Warrior 2, 3, 4, games like that, where you go in for one thing, and then they say, oh, the situation has changed. Here's the other thing. Azaka says, so you like flashpoints. I do like flashpoints, but most flashpoints, you know what you're diving into for that specific drop that you're going into, and the missions are usually identified up front. And so you get in, they say, here's what you got to do, and you go, cool, hold out for 10 turns, whatever it may be, blah, blah, blah. Run over here, do this, do that. Very few of them actually have a second hidden portion where it says, all right, cool, you did this thing, and then you have to go to this whole new section of the map, and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't bring enough ammo, right? So yeah, the longer the flashpoint is, the more surprises. I love it. It feels more like a mission rather than an individual battle, which is a lot of fun. That's what I'm looking for with stuff. So we're gonna have Tug hold up, and we're gonna let everyone else catch up, because otherwise it's not gonna end well. Tug's a tough character, man, but with all this stuff opened up, not great. Not terrible, not great. So let's see, we're gonna have the urban mech probably stay up top up here with those large lasers. And again, we will brace with Tug. We'll leave him there. We'll move our other healthy mechs up. So we'll leave the Vulcan there for the moment. We'll look at the Panther sprinting up as well. Possibly jumping if we can go further. Looks like we can. And Cyber Gizmo with the urban mech running up there. We'll leave the Vulcan alone for the moment. Oh, man. Red Hunt Flashpoint, for instance. Oh, yeah, that's a good Flashpoint, Azakis. I really, really enjoyed that one. If you want to see how I went through and dealt with that, you can go check that out over on the YouTube channel. But dude, it's just really, really exciting. It's so much fun, man. Like, those are the flashpoints. They're multi-drop, a lot of them, but flashpoints that have dedicated in-mission stuff. Oh, dude, it's good. It's so good. Urban Mech, again, we're going to try to get that up. I'm seeing a turret down here. I don't know if it's friendly, so I'm very, very leery about all this. We're just going to position. We're going to wait. And, again, we're going to get Urban Mech into position up here as much as we possibly can. We're going to hold off one more time. We're going to move once more with the Urban Mech. And I think we'll be in a good spot then at that point. All right. So the Vulcan's going to move last. We're going to have Sarvik move up here. We will see. There is a turret. Okay, so we are friends with the Draconis Combine, so we'll see.
Breadbox privateers! We weren't expecting to see you in one piece anyway. What a sight for sore eyes. Welcome to the front lines. Front lines? Lucky us. We've been sent by Karita to aid and assist. How are you all doing in there? What's the sitrep? We first noticed our data streams were being interrupted, then had the odd scout probe our defenses. You arrived right on time for the main event, it seems.
We've got contacts incoming. Oh, great. Just great. Not good. So Zaka says, you did that with this mech bay? No, that was with my vanilla playthrough with really, really big stompy assault mechs. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. What are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with? So the new missions here: defend the buildings, 1 must survive, 4 remain. It's easier said than done. Destroy the invading lance. We have an LRM turret, which is going to be so valuable. SRM6, a little bit less valuable, and AC5s. This right here is going to really be our bread and butter. Stripping evasion pips and really just doing a lot of solid work for us. That'll be really, really nice. Zaka says the flashpoints are more fun in BEX. Oh, yeah, BEX3025, for sure. Absolutely. Hamster says, oh, boy. So the last time I played this scenario, the turrets shot their own buildings trying to get to the enemy. Yeah. that's why I was saying, yeah, AC5 here, not good. LRMs is good. Do we know where the invading lance is? Looks like they're coming from up here. So we might only lose 1 building. This isn't going to have a lot of range on stuff. So thankfully these it doesn't really care about. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Man, I just love this map. The map looks so good. And we're going to hold off on a lot of stuff. We're just going to simply let them come to us until they get within sensor range, if we can. And we'll see what happens. A cicada. Okay. These are still a little scary. Thankfully, it's still focusing on moving. It's going, oh, crap, there's mechs here. Yeah. Yeah, those buildings are really fragile as well. There's not a lot to them. Cretan ballistic weapon policy clearly needs a rethink. It's true. These are all orphanages, man. They're all orphanages. It's fine. We're going to keep reserving. We're going to reserve all the way down to see what happens. A blackjack, not good for us. Thankfully, they're focusing on moving in this turn rather than necessarily shooting. Looks like they're having to sprint to get to where they have to get to. Maybe there's only 2. That'd be nice. That'd be really, really nice. But my guess is that there are more. So what we'll do is we'll have Cyber jump up here and try to keep as much range as possible. If we need to, we do have melee mods here on this Urban Mech, as well as small lasers. This is the angriest trash can. This is a fully armored, max up gun with arm mods. Trash can down here. Look at this. Look at this. We have 2 large lasers, 2 small lasers, and a taser. That's what the arm mod is right there. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's like putting a phalanx in a shopping mall and expecting good things, right? Right? There's going to be glass everywhere. So the cicada is going to be a problem, but we're going to focus on the blackjack. If we can get enough damage in on this mech, it's going to go a little bit better, but we have a better chance to hit down here, so we're going to take it. There we go. Anything that we do here is going to ultimately assist our turrets from helping. LRM's going in, which is, it's a thing. Looks like they've got a third enemy mech up there going for Overwatch. No idea what it is just yet.
Waiting for orders.
We're going to have our Valkyrie move a little bit closer. And we can ignore up to 2 evasion pips according to the quirk on this. So we're going to see if that works. And there it is. So ladies and gents, that might be what we're dealing with right now. Is you can see that those evasion pips are being ignored. So earlier, it might very well be that for some reason, we had our evasion pips being ignored. Not sure why, but it's very likely that is exactly what it was. So here we go, firing away. Bazap, bazap, LRM-10. Nice, 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 nice. There comes our turret. Our AC-5s are doing work. And that Cicada, I would be a little unsettled as well if you suddenly came face-to-face with all this stuff. So Zaka says, pulses ignore evasion. Okay, so our earlier ones weren't pulsing. Yeah, the question is, what does that cause? Or what is that from?
How's it going?
Not sure. We're going to get up here into cover as well, pivoting again to protect that right arm with those 2 large plus lasers. And firing away. We are at 100% resolve, so forget it. We're just going to go straight for the CT.
All weapons are go.
There we go. Shots inbound. And they're finally stressed. They did have a long arm destroy, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, everything on the Cicada is still CT. It's a decent zombie mech as far as design, not necessarily as far as survivability. And Tug Bobo, let's see. These are our right side, right? Yeah, so we're going to leave our left side out here just enough. And we're going to use that ER large laser to get in there and do some damage. Not the best chance to hit. We're going to save our precision strike for some mechs that are better opportunity there to get those shots rolling on in. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. So previously, we reserved all the way down. And now we get to play the real game, man. So we're going to, again, jump with our Urban Mech a little bit closer. Nothing is within range, obviously, the small lasers. But we can get some more shots going in on things. And again, we're going to go for this. Bazap, bazap with 2 large lasers. A hit and a miss. Not super ideal, but they are finally panicked. They are finally panicked, which is working good for our favor right now. We're going to have our Panther come over here. I don't want to be intermixed with these buildings because if the AI or the Op4 shoots at us and misses, they're going to hit some of these buildings. So we're going to probably jump. It's going to give us the best chance for evasion. Plus, we have Nimble Jumper. So we're going to get a little bit more damage bonus. We're going to roll in with this. Some more shots again coming into that Cicada. There goes a leg. That is going to be a knockdown, a pilot injury. Very likely going to be an ejection. Maybe. Oh, no. He's survived. He survived the panic roll. Oh, gosh. There's not much left of that mech. Oh, my goodness, man. Golly gee whiz, dude. Sure. We'll jump up here. And that is within range of our medium lasers. So we will just do... we're not going to multi-shot. We don't need a called shot either. It's all here on the CT. We're just going to go for it. There it is. All the shots rolling in. There it is. CT destroyed. Pilot incapacitated. And that Hollow gets the kill. Somebody just got toasted. Oh, yeah. That's right. And just like that, you can see the invading Lance was destroyed by 25%. Not 33, because there is another mech back there. So Hamster says, I think they might have tweaked the panic system to be slightly less easy to exploit ejections. They have, yeah. And it's not really unexpected. The panic system has been worked on and updated for the last 2 years. So, and there's additional things you can have feed into it as well. So far, it's not bad. It's not bad because it is a two-edged sword. It works for your pilots as well. We're going to reserve with Tug. Keep it back there. He's a bit more damaged. The Blackjack's rolling up. Where is it going? Is going for... okay, it's just charging in. Okay. Well, no worries there. We'll keep reserving to see who else does whatever. That's not the smartest move on their part, is my guess. Here comes a Whitworth. Also just charging in. All right, well, you know what? We will take this. Shooting fish in a barrel. There's a Griffin. We need a part of that. We can build a medium. Oh, man. Hamster says it used to be a bit easy to scare people out of big mechs that cut both ways. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to have Tug come up here and shoot the guy in the back, is my guess. With all the things. Stripping some evasion pips. Our turret should get a chance to go now. LRM's at point blank range. Not really a good target choice. The ACs are missing as well. And of course, the SRM6 turret is all out of range. This is a little bit of strange behavior. Him to get within range, I get it. Him to just come in, not really sure about that one. So it is what it is. We're going to have Tug come up here in melee. Just go for it, pal. Go get him. Patent pending Tug hug inbound. Oh, man. There it is. Headbutt to the back. Structure exposed. Oh, man. Into the torso. That is nice. That is very, very nice. 34 left on that side. That works out well. We're just going to move up a little bit more, man. And get right there on that targeting range grouping right there, where it's just a little bit outside of where we needed to be. That's all right, though. We're going to continue to work on it, even with not the best chance to hit. We're going to roll for it. We got 5 more rounds of full shooting. That's right, headbutt the disco lights, man. Just like dance studios back in the 80s, man. Just good stuff all the way, every day, all the time. So this Griffin 1N, that's going to hurt. This Whitworth, that's a very dangerous Nader Noodle, man. So I'm going to try to get what we can get here as much as possible. Everything's still outside of range of what's ideal. But we're going to go for the backside here. And a large laser. 2 large lasers. Looks like we went into the internals, and another one went into the arm. And Sarvik with our Panther. Again, we're going to keep on jumping. We can definitely do this for a while. So we're going to do that. And precision strike over here. And we're going to try to take that torso off. And there it is. 2 large lasers. And there it goes. Right torso destroyed. There's going to be another pilot injury. And half of that blackjack is effectively taken out of action, man. The Whitworth is coming over here and still not shooting. It's just coming in for a move. And the Griffin is doing the same thing. I have a feeling that the AI is... There might be something going on with them on this mission. Blackjack's rolling around and still not shooting. It's so weird. It's so weird. But you know what? We're going to take it. Maybe these are all radio remote-controlled mechs. And it's just a big, giant mess. Oh, no. There goes our SRM6 turret. Crap. That's not working well. We're going to have Tug start meleeing. We're going to continue to work on this blackjack over here. We're going to keep shooting it. Bazap, 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 bazap. There it is. Injury avoided, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? And Sarvik is going to do the large laser tango, man. This Griffin is dangerous, but I want to get this blackjack taken care of because it can still do a lot of damage. And 2 shots, 1 into the armor, 1 into the CT. Hamster says they're not smart enough to kite the turrets. Oh, ammo explosion. Oh, baby. Nice. Yeah, Hamster says they're not smart enough to kite the turrets, are they? I have a sneaking suspicion in this latest update that something with the AI has changed, and this may not be the appropriate behavior for this mission. I do know that they have been utterly terrifying before, so it is what it is. And they have done a good job of wrecking us beforehand, so... Urban Mech, can we get down here within range? We can. Can we jump closer? We can as well. Not quite the best opportunity to get in there and do some small laser action, but that's all right. We're going to bazap into the back with a large laser and destroying a small jump jet in the process. And we're going to have Hollow. No need to do all that other crazy zaniness. We're going to back up just a little bit there. You can see that we've got 1 chevron out of the 2 possible. No matter what you do, you're going to be in different range bands with this mech, with how we've set it up. And that's okay, because we're almost out of LRM5 ammo. And once we do that, then we'll basically close in for that medium laser damage. So, oh man, that's so cool. I love the new quirk that they added for the Valkyrie. That's pretty nifty. This Whitworth is just not shooting, so there it goes. There he goes. It's finally going for the turrets, I guess. Holy wah. Finally the AI is fired. It's a bit of a bummer because I know Harry is still working on the next iteration of this mod, and his computer currently just kicked the bucket. It's our SRM6 turret is just raining death on everything. Oh my goodness. Not ideal. We're going to have Tug come over here and smash and grab on the Whitworth. Why not? Should be a lot of fun. Go get him, Tug. Oh, buddy. There we go. Damage, 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 and light show. Bazap, bazap, bazap. You guys see this little crate over here bounce when that that Vulcan ran by? It's a pretty heavy mech, man. Pretty heavy indeed. And our Panther. What do we want to do? What do we want to do, man? Sure, we'll do this. Again, we'll just keep shooting away. Why not? We've got the energy for it. We can do more damage this way other than melee. It's going to work out just fine. We probably should have got to the backside. We'll rectify that moving forward. Again, in the back over here. And turning that large laser on is still not the best strategy. We can turn off one of the small lasers, then it'll work out just fine. We're going to precision strike. We're going to go for the backside. There it is. Coring out the mech from the backside is the goal. Doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. It's a pretty beefy mech, and it is stressed. So we're doing that. It's working out. And again, we're going to hang out back here and just keep lobbing LRMs. We've got 3 more full salvos after this, and then we'll close in, if anything is left, to do some close-range laser work and to have a lot of fun. So where's the Whitworth going? It's running over here now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. If the AI wants to wreck that shredder turret, that's okay with us. It's doing more damage to our own buildings than anything else. And I will gladly take that. Oh, man, there it is. Right torso destroyed. Panicked, knocked down. Another pilot injury coming on up. This could be devastatingly brutal. Is the pilot hanging around? It looks like they are indeed. They are not bailing out. So how's everybody's day been going so far? Hopefully it's going all right. And if not, hopefully we can, you know, help it go a little bit better. We're just kind of chilling out. You know, this is the point of the week where we're having the ability to just take a deep breath, have a lot of fun, recharge for the week ahead. And we do have Monday off. You know, myself and the family and everybody else, due to it to being a holiday weekend here in the States. And what's really cool is tomorrow, look for me in this space this time in the afternoon at some point. So that'll be evening for Azakas, probably. We're going to be having an opportunity to get some first looks at a pre-beta game, which is pretty darn cool. Can't talk about it much more right now, but really stoked about it. So I'm really excited to share it with y'all, and it should be an absolute blast. I'm really, really excited about it. Let's see. We can get a little bit closer up here. Get those small lasers rolling. Oh, man. There we go. 1 large laser, 2 smalls. We can just keep indefinitely cycling between the 2 of those, and it works out pretty darn good. If we can, we'll try to get in there and do some melee action with that mech, but not really sure that's going to be the best situation. We'll see. I'm looking at these evasion pips up there. Not evasion pips. The chevrons around the particular target. Seeing if we can't drill into the CT. This might be enough. This might be enough if we're lucky. There it is. CT destroyed. I'm just going to assume that these are robot-controlled mechs, and things are not working ideally, so... Hamster says, utterly blat today. Saw the Twitch notification, so thought I would hang out for a bit before bed. Oh, very much appreciated, man. Yeah, I've been trying to get on here every single week, if we can. Oh, thank you very much for the Prime subscription served cold. Oh, man, let's get toasty. That's right, man. Dude, thank you very, very much for the support. I've been trying to get on here every single week, and we've got a newborn in the house, Mini Toast. And Mini Toast has certain demands. It doesn't always play well with the schedule. But, so I'm trying to get on here as much as we can, so it's a lot of fun. Hey, Served Cold. Serve says, what's up, Chronic? We are playing BattleTech and having a little bit of fun with it, making a meal out of things as usual. Trying to basically pick up the pieces from the last time that we lost a lot of bad stuff, a lot of mechs and pieces and pilots. And it's all working out just fine, man. That's right, Served Cold. Your new Lord and Master, Mini Toast. Yep. Kiddo is absolutely amazingly adorable and cool, but oh man, kids are a lot of work. Hashtag help. Hashtag send Pop-Tarts. Oh yeah. Hamster says, question not the AI if it gifts you salvage dumb pilots. Yeah. Yeah, the AI on this mission is not working as intended. I can guarantee that right now. But you know what? Lore-wise, this whole shindig's about, hacking and stuff. I'll take it. I'll take the salvage. We need mediums and heavies really bad. We had a dervish and we lost it. It was rough. It was very, very rough. Seawall says he's at the stage of being really happy to get the parts of a potato. It's true, man. It's true. Griffin is not my first choice, admittedly. It is Garrison's first choice. If you ever get a chance to see Garrison rolling around in chat, ask him about how much he loves potato mechs, the Griffins. He's got really, really good stories about it. If he tells you, no, they're horrible, he's just misspeaking. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He loves them a lot. Just like Data King 1 loves Vulcans. They're so good, man. But seriously, I would love to have a Griffin mech. Anything that we can do to fill those medium roles is just, we need it. We need it badly. We had a dervish and it just wrecked. So, yeah, Surf Cold says, looks like you're doing blackout. Yep, we absolutely are. The AI has done a lot of rushing around and not really engaging us that well. So, it's a little concerning. I know Harry is currently working on the next iteration of the mod, but his motherboard died. So we'll see. He should hopefully be back up and running here in a few days. So fingers crossed. Hamster says, does anyone love cicadas? I'd love to see that conversation. I don't know if I love them, but we have affectionately done the murder cicada build. So what we do is we take a melee locust, a locust kitted out with 3 small lasers, the 1V, give it melee arm mods, melee gyro, and then we run that paired with the murder cicada. So basically the cicada has a small laser stripped. We're down to 2 medium lasers and just max armor. And the goal, the absolute goal, is to go in and just straight up keep everything at max evasion, boom and zoom energy tactics. The cicada draws a lot of fire. The melee locust gets in behind and just wrecks them hard. So, yeah, absolutely. So I've done successfully positive kill to deployment ratios with cicadas. It works relatively well. It's just you have to be dedicated to it, and one small wrong shot somewhere and that mech is gone. I think ours lasted in the last playthrough about 21 episodes. So yeah, it works out rather well. Surf Cole says AI is busted in this mission with the standard better AI. It's improved with the BTR revised better AI or relentless AI. Absolutely, man. So Surf Cold mentioned something. BattleTech Revised is another mod that's out there. Full transparency, I have worked with the team, advising them, working on a few mod things. Anything that's a coil mech that's there, an RV variant in that mod, is my fault. So you can take compliments and frustrations, let me know. But one of the things that they've done on there is they've focused on completely rewriting the AI tree as part of that mod. And so that's how our Relentless AI submod comes from. And so I'm hoping a lot of that stuff trickles down to other mods because it's really, really cool work. The AI difficulty has really, really gone up without giving them cheats at all. It's pretty cool. Surf Cold says, you crazy, crazy man, Toast. That's right, man. Reimagining lore-appropriate coil mechs where coil weapons have been brought back into the fold. If you get the chance, go find and go searching for a Banshee coil mech. Yeah, you're gonna have a fun time until it hurts. It's a lot of fun, man. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. So BattleTech Revised is a really, really fun project to be a part of. I still prefer BEX3025. It's just a really, really solid package. It's really what I'm looking for. But BattleTech Revised has a lot of really, really good stuff in it. And later this year, we're going to be doing a complete series with that as well. So, yeah, man. Right now, we've got a cornered Whitworth that's having a really bad day. So we're going to see if Tug can't finish that mech off. And we're going to go for it, man. It should be good. Yeah, Hamster says, I like the idea of coil weapons, but they're always the first to get knocked off or exploded. I mean, there is that. That's the risk. CT destroyed Tug Bobo, man. Showing him how it's done. Someone got Doasty. Oh, yeah. Great job, Commander. Now they can reestablish their data relay. I suppose, Darius, I've got other questions. I've got other questions, but we're not going to get answers to them, so. Yeah, so a lot of the coil variants that I focused on for BattleTech Revised, Hamster focused on survivability maximizing armor, weapon placement, and the idea behind that, the design philosophy for the coil variants were to take stock vanilla mechs that by themselves were not impressive or that were lacking, especially as tier 2 tech comes online with the newer variants. And basically, the theory is that a lot of these are going to be retrofits, field refits, or factory version upgrades, where they basically take the existing tooling and work on to the next version of that mech. So you've got flea variants, you've got banshees, you've got Valkyrie variants, you've got things like that. You even have a coil cicada, which is more horrifying than the PPC variant in the game. And so the idea is that if you're running across the mech, it's not just necessarily going to be a replacement or something that's just been shoehorned in. There's lore that's been written for every single one of those variants as to the years they come online, why they're there, what their purpose was, and most of it is refits and upgrading existing outdated production lines to make a newer version, either for sale to primary houses, nation states, militias, things like that. So there's a lot of really cool stuff there. It was a really cool opportunity to get in and really create a lot of stuff with like a good creation space and design space, and really to kind of dive into the lore of how these coil weapons came to be, and generally what their effect would be on, right? So, because they're not necessarily an end-all be-all. It's really cool stuff. So, if you get the chance in the future, I would highly encourage you to check out BattleTech Revised. They're posting updates 2 to 3 times a week to Nexus. So most of the core features are there, but they're iterating, they're continuing to knock out bugs and stuff like that. So if an update cycle that's quite frequent is concerning, I would give it a few months and stick with BEX3025, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, Surf Cole is saying that updates have slowed. They used to be about 5 or 6 updates a week. I expect over the next month or 2 months, we're going to see a very, very stable near final version of the mod based on what I've been seeing. So we'll see what happens. But basically by Thanksgiving, you're going to have a 4th solid, absolutely rock solid, very stable pillar to the modding community, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Hamster says, I tried BTR a while back. I'm such a magpie with mod techs, man. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, Surf Cole is absolutely right. It's very stable. It doesn't crash or anything else like that. What they're trying to track down right now is AI interaction issues and things like that. They're doing a really good job. The update cycle, they're just hammering through outstanding bugs and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of really, really good tools that have come out of the BTR development that all the other mod packs, whether it's Rogue Tech, Mission Commander, just things like that, that have benefited or have given updates themselves to help the mod. And so it's been a really, really good galvanizing agent for the community to really see the next iteration of mod tools, which is really cool to see. So yeah, Surf Cold is right. Next update should have expanded maps and support for new cap structure. I'm excited, man. It should be cool. So we're in a golden age. We're in a golden era for sure of a lot of these cool mod things, which is just fantastic. So our Vulcan took some damage because we stood in the middle of 4 turrets that ended up shooting us. So that is what it is. What can we go for? We need the Griffin piece. I want other stuff, but we need the Griffin piece. We need to build that. If anyone has any ideas on how they want to build a Griffin 1N, whether it's a niche build or an edge case or something that's odd or awkward or weird, post it here in chat. We can take a look at that once it's built and prepped and readied. If you're out there watching on YouTube, please post in the comment section down below on what a cool, weird, quirky build is. We'll either get to it at that time and build up the Griffin for that purpose, or if our current build isn't working out, we'll probably likely try out whatever you suggest. So if you get the chance, let me know. I'm always curious about that stuff. And oh my goodness, we got a Whitworth and a Cicada part. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And an AC2. We've got 4 of those, so we'll take 5. That'll be all right. So continuing. Oh man. Zaka says, I'm against changing engine, armor, cores, frames. It is a totally mech variant then and should be doable only in factories, not even on a whale like the Argo. Therefore, BTR and higher is not for me. Just my 2 cents. No, I absolutely understand, man. One of the cool things that we've done with the mod is the AI doesn't obviously go in and do a lot of weird stuff. The AI doesn't automatically upgrade weapons, or it does not automatically upgrade engines. So everything you see in the environment, everything that you see in Op 4s and lances and allied lances is pretty much lore correct or lore inspired to be correctly there, which is cool. And if you don't want to go down the route of swapping out engines, which I personally will not be doing, you don't have to, and so it's all right. So yeah, Zach, absolutely, man. Put the BTR AI, Relentless AI, to the BEX3025, and you're cool. I think that's the plan. We'll see what happens. They're again, they're kind of finalizing a lot of the AI quirks and tweaks. Just this past week alone, they're unlocking a whole new portion of that as far as the design tree and the decision tree, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, Seawall says, I get that, but I hate crawling mechs, so engine trades are essential. Fair point. That being said, Seawall, we already are rolling with the angriest trash can, so lights and mediums that have assault speed, I'm okay with that. That's fine. So let's see. Oh, man, yeah, Azakis is talking about how Mech Commander goes in and changes colors. We tried to make a very neutral palette as far as colors go. That was something I was very adamant about because Mech Commander and like Rogue Tech and stuff is just, it's a lot of colors. It's really bright. But yeah, I hear you, man. It's a different experience. That's why we've got 4 major mod packs that are out there. That's why we're playing BEX3025. There's a lot of really, really, really cool stuff. It's super cool. All right, so Yang is saying concerning, oh man, hey, House, concerning the Griffin GRF-1N, Griffin 1Ns use their jump jets to stay at range and build their opponents from relative safety. 1Ns can run hot if they spend all their time bounding around the battlefield talking pot shots, though. We have pots for the following mech variants. What should I build? Well, Yang, it's the only variant we have, so we'll build it. There it is, man. Oh, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. Darius is also saying that we could also sell it for 700,000. What? No, we're gonna ready that up. That's important. We need this. We're not gonna sell this. We spent a year and a half in game getting the parts to build this thing. I'm not just gonna turn around and sell it, man. Ugh. Oh man, yeah. Surf's talking about speedy Urbies and just angry Urbies and Rogue Tech. Yeah, man, I know. It's yeah. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? So again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful background here. I think these rings are going to be perfectly silhouetted here in a little bit as well. But we do have to go to the mech bay. We do have multiple bays that are upgraded so that we can do a couple extra repairs and tackle some more missions. We have a Griffin up here that's being ready. That'll be ready in 1 or 4 days. So we're going to put 1 day back on the clock here to the 29th. Oh, okay. Don't really want to go in an alliance with Krita. The only people that we're going to go into alliance with is Outworld. We just got to get there, right? So it is what it is. But here in a few days, 3 days, we'll come back and get that Griffin ready. So again, if you have design philosophies and ideas for that are quirky or weirder out there, let me know. If we can tackle them, we definitely will. So what do we have for missions? Oh, man. We have another 1 skull, which is a test drive for Cataphract. Those are pretty cool. Training day, 1 skull, 1.5 for escort in an urban environment. That could be all right. Test drive sounds like a lot of fun. We get to play with a Cataphract, which is cool. So that could be all right. Yeah. I say we're going to dive into this. But ladies and gents, give me 1 moment. I will be right back. And we'll dive in here to test drive and hopefully get some pretty cool salvage and some good payment out of it as well. BRB. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. And we're back. Oh, man. Cool stuff's going on in chat. Oh, buddy. Talking about upgrades and mechs and cool things like that. Zaka says, I would dream of mod with your own planets at Empire. That would be almost strategy game size. Then if you could have some planets with factories, do what you want with your mechs. True. That would be pretty cool. Ooh. I think you're onto something, Zakas. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty awesome, actually. I'd like it to be turn-based for the strategy level, Surf Cold, but then for the battles, be RTS style. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of like what Sins of a Solar Empire does a little bit, but yeah, that'd be cool. I would really, really like that. So the question is, can we get a mod for a game out there that does that? Or can we identify a game that could be modded that would fit that bill?
Questions for the ages.
What do we do here? I think we're going to dive into the test drive as we were talking about. Again, 500,000 C-bills. Pick 2, get 8. Not too shabby. We're going to dive in here. Let's see. Who do we want to put into the cataphract? What to do? What to do? That is the question here. It's actually a really, really, really good question. You know what? We're going to put Served Cold into the cataphract. He's here in chat. We're going to make sure that, he says, like Age of Wonders Planetfall. That'd be kind of cool, maybe. But with, like, planetary ownership and systems in space. Things like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Served Cold, you're going to be riding the cataphract into battle. You are going to be diving in and doing some crazy cool stuff with that prototype that we're trying out. The question is, who else do we put where? Oh, man, and do we need to do anything else? We are going to pull the Urban Mech out. We want to be a bit more mobile. We're going to put the Vulcan in. We're going to put Red Potato Standing By down into that Vulcan. And who else has some really good gunnery? We've got Flavalicious. We're going to put him over here into the Panther and into the Valkyrie itself. We are going to put... You know what? We're going to put Data King 1 over there. He's got pretty decent gunnery. We can be stationary with him. Multi-shot. It should be all right. That's right, Served Cold. You're in the Toastafract. Oh, buddy. Toastafract and don't snap back, man. You ready? You got your floaties on? We're going for a swim. We're going into the deep end. Oh, man. It's 2 skull. It could flex to 3. Let's hit that deployment button and let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voice them. We're going to see what we got here for voices. I'm trying to remember what we did last to make sure. Ooh, we got one. We got one. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to snap into a little bit of Werner's ginger ale here. It'll cure what ails you. It's all that good stuff. Seriously, if you can manage to find this anywhere in the Midwest, Werner's, the original ginger soda, it's good stuff. I think you can get it up in Montreal in Canada too. It uses oh gosh, something else is up there. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. Azaka says you'd love to salvage your own cataphract. I would, but I've got a feeling that if we lose the cataphract, we lose the mission. So maybe we'll just lose a few limbs and grab those later. Served Cold turns his cooling vest all the way up to high. It's true. I think the cataphract still runs pretty hot in its default configuration. I'm not really sure. Azakis is asking if he can post a link to the current lands on one moment, my friend. You should be good to go there for the next minute and a half. And we will see what happens. As we are getting a big loading screen. Fingers crossed it works out just fine. Oh, There we go. Imgur, right-click, open a new window. Okay, cool, cool. If you could, Zach, shoot that to me in a PM here on Twitch, and I can check that out here after the stream. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Lots of loading, lots of loading. And there we are with a beautiful vista. So much blue, much wow. Oh, this game is just gorgeous. Just utterly gorgeous, man, when it wants to be. So cool. All right, so what do we got for objectives? Destroy enemy lance and keep the cataphract alive. So, well, there it is. 500,000 C-bills, pick 2, get 8. 2 skulls, could flex to 3. And here we go. We've captured the latest pride and joy of the Capellan Confederation, the cataphract CTF-1X. Our scientists have been reverse engineering the monster, but now they say they need real battle data before they can continue. We'd like you to provide that data. We've located a pirate lance to use as a guinea pig. Take the CTF-1X down to the planet and eliminate that lance. Needless to say, we don't have another of these, so it's imperative that you return it intact.
I'd say this is a terrible idea, but those cataphracts are beasts. Just make sure it doesn't get killed, or we don't get paid.
Aw, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's hit that begin mission button and see what horrible zaniness we run into. My guess is it's a cataphract running loose in the city, running wild, you might say. Oh, man. Cataphract savage. Oh, buddy. Hey, house. That is the ugliest dog mag I've ever seen. Built like a brick crab house, though. Stow it, Yang. We're tracking the target lance in this region, Commander. Move up and put this thing through its paces. When you're ready to evac, Commander, I'll pick you up over here. Well, that's awfully convenient of you, Seymour. That's actually not a bad location. It's actually also pretty open, and it's cooling-wise, so we can get the mechs cooled off before we burn holes in the floor of the ship on the Leopard. We got to roll up here. Pirate forces. I'm not seeing any evidence of turrets from where we are right now, so we should be okay. Let's see, what does this thing have even? Dear golly gee whiz. Commander? Yeah, that's right. We got a PPC. We've got AC-10s, 4 medium lasers. Not too shabby. So we're going to sprint up here, get this thing immediately into trouble as soon as we can. Looks like they are already coming out onto the road to meet us. Seawall says, wow, a lance of one-trick ponies. Hey, man, that's all part of the fun, right? So we're going to have our Vulcan roll up there, and we have our Valkyrie tagging along as well. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think we just saw this mission flex to a 3. We'll see the state of the BEX. Oh, man. Hey, XO, I'm tracking an inbound blip, coming in fast and low, like they're making a drop-off. Keep us updated, Meyer. Commander, things might be about to get complicated. Well, thankfully, we should be able to tackle these mechs here before we go after the next ones. We'll see what happens. They're down there at the end of the street, so if we need to, we can always back and bail off down through here, which should be all right. So, Hamster's like, hey, it may be a lance of lights. Serve Cold says, no, there are always 2 lances on test drive. Good to know. So we are actually doing all right. At least it depends on what those lances are made of. So, we're going to have the Vulcan just come screaming around the corner, say hello, and just start blasting away. What are we dealing with here? We've got a Panther. We've got 2 Panthers. We've got twin Panthers. Oh, man. And they're full armored as well. So we're going to go for that with an ER large laser blaster right in this torso over there. We need that torso to fall off, and that way its primary weapon system will be gone. I think it's got a SRM-2 or SRM-4 after that. Yeah. So, see, so that's normal. It'll be a 3-way fight. If you see reinforcements for the initial Op4 turnip as well, that's a flex. For sure. Oh, there's a squad. There's a full lance here. They've got 4 of them. Oh, buddy. We've got our own Panther. Can we jump anywhere useful? Not easily at this point in time. Let's see. We're just going to sprint. And we're going to get into position to support our crazy courageous Vulcan up there. That's a fun mech, man. I really, really enjoy it. We're just going to keep supporting with the Vulcan, and we're going to keep going with our primary target up there. We've got 12 rounds of full shooting, which is not too shabby. Hamster says, keep an eye out for electrical transformers. Zap. That's right. We can blow those up. They can do a lot of work. Do we have any of those nearby? Over here, we have one. There's also cooling centers that we can use as well that do initial damage but then drastically cool you. And this is still electrical transformers, so we're not in a good spot to take advantage of that just yet, but we'll see what happens. The cataphract is still way out of position. These 2 enemy, yeah, right about now, both of those Panthers are going, oh, this isn't good. For sure. That's what cracks me up, man. I'm just trying to think of, I always try to, wrap my head around, what is the Op4 thinking? What is their thought process if they were actual pilots going through? You sit there and go, okay, Vulcan, and oh, that's so, you know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy, right? Commander, I've got eyes on a new lance in the AO. Looks like Torian markings. There it is. Looks like it's all lights. We got a Locust, 2 Locusts. Yeah, that's not something to worry about. Darn it, our employers seem to have sprung a leak. Commander, these units are optional. If you need to evac, don't hesitate. Well do, man. Well do. Yeah, Hamster's like, I love it when the AI puts a mech on a tall building. Just shoot the building instead. It's true. Damage is capped, however, from fall damage, I believe. So one of the things that I've run into is the AI will do that, and I'll laugh, and then they'll shoot me with the accuracy bonus, and then I'll lose parts off my mech. So there are times where it's not quite as great, but you know, it is what it is.
Waiting for orders.
Let's see. You got a Valkyrie here. Sure. We'll jump up. We'll jump up, and shoot down, shoot around. Oh, man. And shooting everything we have in there. Not the best chance to hit for medium lasers, but that's okay. Stray shots. We're going to keep hammering in onto the secondary Panther. The other one is not of a good line of sight. Locust 1V, the melee Locust is rolling up here. With only a single one of these, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world to run into. But you got to be careful because these things can get in your backfield and just chew through your rear armor, and
Waiting on you, Commander.
it's painful. It's a painful situation. We're going to get up here. We don't want to be here because we're going to get shot at, but we're going to come up here in melee with Red Potato standing by. Red Potato, Red Leader. Go get him, man. And a big giant kick, structure exposed. Bazapping with the 4 small lasers. There it is, right in the arm. Doing some damage, but it is still intact. That Panther is jumping around. It wants nothing to do with it, and it is targeting the big giant cataphract, and down goes an apartment building. There's probably about 15 to 30 people in there that are just having a really bad day. Not good at all. Ugh. Zach says, I laugh at them when I multi-target. First building goes down, then Falling Angel gets it. Oh, ooh. That's a good idea, Zacchus. I got to keep that in mind next time. That's a really good idea. Because it does it in order and it resolves. That's right. Oh, that's cool. Hamster says, that's the clan idea of a fair fight. Ask how many mechs you have, then make sure they have 2 more. Mm-hmm. Darn right, man. For all their honor, they're not dumb. They know how this works. 62% versus 72. We're going to go for this. We're just going to keep spreading the damage out a little bit here. We could try to focus down, but with our cataphract, we're going to be in a good spot. And they're bringing in the Stinger 3R, so with that Stinger and that Locust, we should be okay, but we do have to keep in mind that if they get into our backfield, and right now we are intermixed, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. Right now, we're just focusing away. Our cataphract is going to go here in a little bit, and there we go, served cold. 71% chance to hit for melee. We could try out the melee weapons. That's not necessarily a bad idea. Let's go crunch a Stinger, man. Let's go see if those actuators work rather well. Oh, left torso, left arm destroyed. There it is, violent injury, man. Yeah, I'd be a little unsettled as well. Oh, man. Gross, gross, gross. Look at that. It's just gone. It's just sheared off. Just completely just cattywampus, man. We're going to stay right where we are. And we're going to keep going after this mech that we shoot everything off of. Bazap, 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 all the way in. Finally stressed. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I forget which movie it was. It's one of the rebooted Gone in 60 Seconds movies where this Chevy Blazer pickup truck or whatever gets knocked through a wall by a wrecking ball, and everyone's like, are you okay? And the guy's like, yeah. Are you sure? Because you just went through that wall. Like, that's what's happening right now. You know, are you okay, Stinger Pilot? Yeah. Are you sure? Because you just had a cataphract rip off half your mech. Ah, it's just so good, man. It's so good. Oh, so what do we do? We're going to fall back a little bit here. Not going to go after that. Ugh, not ideal. Not ideal at all. We're gonna keep pressing our advantage here a little bit. We've got probably 2 or 3 rounds before the those additional reinforcements come barreling in, and it's not super ideal. The Locust is running around. This is why I backed up a little bit. Did not want this mech getting in our backfield. Not very, very useful for sure.
Minimal damage on that.
A Red Potato standing by with the Vulcan. Let's go for this one. You know, let's just go melee away on this one. Running around and down the steps. Whoop, 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 whoop. And all the way in. Smash! Right arm, right torso destroyed. Pilot injury. A Red Potato doing the deed. Getting the damage done. And ripping off that PPC. The most dangerous thing you can run into. And that Panther is jumping around and trying to get some more shots into the cataphract. And missing with the most important one. But, you know, it's all right. Zacchus is saying another clan is in the queue. Oh, if they fail, it's our turn. And Hamster is like, yep, just hope that that clan isn't Smoke Jaguar because they're proper nuts. For sure, man.
Yeah, Commander.
Served cold. Where do we want to go? We can get some pretty good. Let's see. Not the best chances to hit, but better than nothing. We're going to go over here and focus down on this. We're going to use a precision strike. We're going to try to put this Stinger completely out of action.
All weapons
We
on
missed with that. We missed with that. Right arm destroyed. There's a torso. That's injury number 2.
solid.
Oh, man, and they're gone. Eek, they say as they screech towards the stratosphere. Served cold, man. Chalking up another kill. Showing just how toasty someone can be. Oh, yeah, man. That's right. Filet Valicious, we're going to have you... Ooh, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We're going to have you maneuver over here.
On the move.
And where do we have the best shots? It is going to be over here on this Panther. And we're just going to keep hammering home. One miss, one hit with a large laser. Doing all right. Hamster says that Stinger pilot should buy a lottery ticket. He just got run over by a bus. Twice. Oh, man. Oh, this is good stuff, man. Good stuff. You can see the little tiny locust feet down here just stomping away. It's good stuff, man. And of course, unfortunately, we've got hit in the back. Something got crit somewhere, but I think we're okay. It's got smoke coming out of our mech. Not super ideal. Red Potato. We're going to come up here and melee some more. We're going to keep pounding into this Panther. That's what our Vulcan does. Smash and grab for days. There it is. 50 damage going internal. In comes the light show. And heat sink destroyed. Most of the armor is gone. And that pilot is like, yep, I'm out of here. What? Their Panther's coming into melee. I guess has got tired of taking pot shots at the cataphract. That is just a maneuver out of desperation and just rage. That pilot is that pirate is pissed. That's my guess. That's my guess. That being said, we're gonna 34% for a GFA, not ideal. We'll drop down here.
Lifting off.
There we go. Smush a crate. Do some multi-targeting shenanigans. And switch both of our LRMs over to that target. There we go. Medium lasers, bazap, bazap, at the locust. We targeted for one connection right there. And all the LRMs going in there to continue to plink away on that Panther. Strip off some evasion. Do all that fun stuff. As the Torians are getting closer, but they're still not here yet.
Receiving you.
And served cold, you know what? How about we just back up and we shoot him in the face. Precision strike right through to the CT. And this does have ammo on board, so we'll turn off one of those medium lasers. We don't want a mech to blow up that we need to have survive.
Target confirmed.
Oh, and we do connect with the AC-10. Oh, man. And there is some ammo explosion. Oh, man, I would be a little unsettled, too. That looked horrifying. The Locust is buggering off and just saying, nope, I'm going to go over here and stand in this pile of trash and shoot you from the side. And, you know, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. Let's see.
Good to go.
We're going to get somewhere where this Locust cannot run. We're going to jump on top of a building. And we'll leave him down there to do his thing. And we're going to come over here and shoot this Panther in the back. Bazap, bazap. There we go. One over the shoulder. One went internal. And they are stressed out just a little tiny bit. Hamster says, due to some interesting mod choices, I ended up with a Vulcan that has a chainsaw arm attachment, does 120 damage in Vulcan and melee. It's a bit broken. Azaka says, do you say whatever floats your boat or whatever rocks your boat? I say whatever floats your boat, because if you're rocking your boat, you're either having a party or you're looking for disaster. Now, the flip side says, if someone ever says, hey, man, whatever floats your boat, you immediately retort with and say, well, it's all right. I got a submarine, so as long as I'm just scooting just about 100 feet above crush depth, I'm all right. Usually it takes a second for them to realize what you said, and then additionally, it's just kind of like, what? And it's just fantastic, man. You immediately put them on their back heel. Just a simple, simple, tiny adventure. Zaka says, okay, so I'm on rocking the boat side. Nice, 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 man. Nice indeed. Oh, dude. Our Valkyrie, we're going to shift over here. We're going to walk up to the top of these steps. And again, we're going to multi-target. Again, focusing primarily the medium lasers here onto the Locust. It hasn't gone very far. So LRM's over there. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah, that's right. Bazap, bazap. In we go. Working this problem one piece at a time. Red Potato is going to go over here and smash and grab for days and days and days. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Big headbutt for the win. And Quad's Laser Light Show rolling in. There it is. The C2's destroyed. That pirate is down for the count. Oh, man. Hamster says if the boats are rocking, it's probably unstable and we're all going to drown. Help. Oh, man. Growing up, it was a lot of fun getting a chance to take like pontoon boats out on lakes and stuff. And if everyone jumps on one end, you can eventually get the entire pontoon boat to submarine, where the whole front end will go underwater, then pop back up, and it'll launch you about 15 feet in the air. Yeah, it's not safe, but it's a lot of fun. But if you do it incorrectly, you can actually swamp the engine, and that's expensive, and then you're stuck out in the lake. So depending on how much beer you have, not the end of the world, but you know, it's one of those dealios. So we're gonna take the cataphract, and we're gonna maneuver on out of here. If we don't see these contacts, we're not gonna tackle them. We're gonna wreck these pirates and then bail on out of here. It looks like the Torians are mostly bringing light mechs in, so yeah, I read that news story served. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Some stuff happened last year with some third-party rallies as well, so it's very prescient what happened, but it's also not unique. I try to keep politics out of things, but I saw that I just had to laugh because it's basically too many people too near each other racing around, causing waves, and then swamping boats. It's going to happen, right? So, but zapping away, we're gonna bump up with that precision strike into the backside of this mech just to get better chances to hit. Stray shots going in, and of course that Locust is still in one piece. Not super ideal. We're gonna have the Panther roll around if we can, jumping on down, getting a little bit closer. Thankfully, lasers do not have a minimum range. Yeah, that's right. Physics don't take sides. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's what cracks me up about news articles like that. You know, it's just like, nope, that's just physics, man. It ain't gonna work out for you. You try to do that stuff. Red Potato, can we squish us a bug, man? I think so. Red Potato is just meleeing up a storm. And Yoshimatsu, buy yours today. Oh, we miss. We miss. Can we get it with the Quad's lasers? We do some damage, and there it is. They are done and down and out, reaching towards the stratosphere. I think only one pirate didn't actually make it out of their mech alive, so rip. Oh, well. The primary targets are down, Commander. You can evac at any time. Affirmative. I'll be on station. Works for me. We're going to try to get up there as quickly as we can. We are not in we are not in combat. Ooh, let's see. Science? Science doesn't take sides either. At least proper science, I would like to say. Science supports opinions. But the biggest thing that I would always say, as cool as science is, and as awesome as it is, and as helpful, and as just driving society forward, and it's everything that's good about it, a lot of times funding for science will take the approach of, nope, that's absolutely, this new thing that you're talking about is not true. It can't happen. It's not possible, because it doesn't allow certain researches to be funded and move forward, right? There's a certain inevitability about how much money is wrapped into projects and what things get researched. Now, the cool thing about science, though, and I said that to say this, the cool thing about science is eventually people do get funding for things. People do eventually investigate things, and every few years we turn something completely on its head and say, hey, this was our understanding before, but now we can do this. Detecting gravitational waves, for example. People said that wasn't possible. Why would you even do research for it? It's not going to happen, right? And let alone, we can do that now. It's just cool. So that's what's really awesome about always trying to expand your horizons, always looking to dig into something new, always trying to ask the question, is this meaningful? And then doing the proper studies and analysis and testing to have your results be appropriately, justified, or your results to say, actually, there's some concern here. We need to do more testing, right? It's so cool, you know? Hamster says, this is an abject lesson on how to use a Vulcan. I slump corrected.
Location confirmed.
I always make sure that I've got one ranged weapon on it, Hamster, simply because you're going to find stuff that you can't reach out and grab, right? Even if you have jump jets on it. So I primarily use it for melee and getting into places where it's going to take damage, which isn't super good. It's not a very sturdy chassis. However, it's very versatile. I really like it. And when people get Vulcans, they're like, grumble, grumble. And I'm like, works for me. It's got 4 support weapons, and they have extended range. So whether you want to do a machine gun crit-seeking build, whether you want to do flamers, regardless of whatever else it may be that you want to tackle, it's a versatile chassis. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's useful, man. It's really useful. And I always appreciate, like, what's a weird build that we can do with something? What's something that's just odd or awkward that we haven't seen done? And let's try it out. So what if it sounds ridiculous? Let's go for it, you know? Like a SRM Brawler Trebuchet. That was hilarious. We did that in our previous series where we were aligned and allied with pirates. And that was really fun. It ran hot, but it was devastating. It was so cool, man.
I hope that was enough data for the local government scientists. Science. Oh, yeah.
Mission successful. We kept all our mechs. We got all the loot. We got some cool stuff. We're probably going to get some more Panther salvage. It is what it is. We'll take whatever we can do. We got 500,000 C-bills. We're sitting pretty darn nice, which is really good. Cataphrag did really good. I would like to get one of these. It did not run hot. We didn't overuse the weaponry on it, but it did remove half of a stinger, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Do we have any cool weaponry down here? No, we only went up against tier 1 tech. So Hamster says, yeah, 4 small lasers is 100 damage if they all connect. That's no joke. It's either 100 or it's 80. It depends on whether they're 20 or 25. Plus lasers can get a bit more damage. But that's the cool thing is small lasers aren't going to give you the crit seeking that you want. However, for example, I'll show you in a second here after we do this. We've got our melee locust, which has an alpha strike. If you're meleeing with full evasion pips, we're talking 4 to 7 evasion pips going into melee of 80 damage in the backside. It's very potentially deadly. I mean, you just roll back out to another target to keep your max evasion pips, and you roll back in. And you put ER lasers on there, and it just gets better. So that's the cool thing is like just trying to find weird builds for things and trying to make something work. And you find a lot of stuff that doesn't admittedly work, but you do find some cool things that, all right, when I get a Locust LCT-1V for a starter mech, I don't immediately sell it. I turn it into a melee bot, and I just destroy mechs. It's crazy, man. It's so good. So we got another Locust part. We got 2 Panther pieces. We'll have 5 of those floating now, which is pretty cool. Medium lasers, we've got 5, so I'm going to press that shift button and sell that. We don't need that. Machine guns, we got one of those as well. Heat sinks, we already have a lot. We're going to sell those. Same thing for jump jets and SRM ammo. We're going to do the same thing too. I like the ability to sell this stuff here that we don't have to go back into and deal with our inventory. We can just upfront tackle the stuff that we don't need, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, it's good stuff, man. So, oh, buddy, I'm so excited. Oh, man, that was a good mission. That was a good money-making run. Always fantastic to see that happen. Yeah, the double LRM-5 Locust isn't a bad starter mech. Oh, man. The double LRM-5 Locust can, I think it's 13 or 15 rounds of Alpha Strike turn after turn after turn. That's a really good support mech. We were doing a base capture where we had to capture their base and vice versa. I forget what the mission is called. And our allies brought in 2 Locusts, and it's like, oh, great, you know, this is going to suck. But they were both Locust 1Ms, and so we're talking LRM 20 worth of LRMs every single turn, stripping evasion pips, and they were multi-shotting. Oh, man, it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, LRM spam is always good in early game, but if you're looking for those knockout kills, it can let you down surprisingly often, and so you always have to have a strategy on how are you going to utilize it and what your backup plan is when it fails. So that was a pretty good mission. I'm going to show you here, Hamster, what we actually have for our melee locust. So this thing, one, it looks cool, right? And we're not going to actually refit it, but I'll just show you. We went in here and stripped out everything that we could, max armor all the way around because this thing needs to survive as many hits as possible. If you're going to get hit in the leg, you're already running 2 small evasion pips as it is, and most weapons, 1 or 2 shots in the leg, you're legged regardless. So 3 small lasers. We upgraded to an ER small laser, which has helped, a gyro +1 for melee hit, and an arm mod. So this thing is alpha. This is doing 20 damage right off the bat with melee, and then the lasers themselves are doing another 20 damage. So you're doing 80. It's just is solid good. And with the high evasion pips, unless this thing gets in a backfield, which is always the goal, usually the AI will target more dangerous medium mechs or light mechs like fire starters, Vulcans, and things like that until it's almost too late. Kind of the same thing the players do when they get a locust in their backfield and suddenly they get a second locust in their backfield and suddenly they have no rear armor and things are really bad. So it's always a good approach. I really like these builds. They're a little atypical, you know, the melee locust. This thing has a positive kill to deployment ratio. So I think it's been deployed, oh, I'm probably going to get this number wrong, but I think it's 25 or 26 times, and we've got over 30 kills with it. Now, it's stolen a lot of those kills, but still. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's a lot of fun. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being the case, I'm going to come up here and hit this save button to make sure that this does not get corrupted. We've come to the end of our stream for today. Mini Toast is out in the background, demanding to be fed. So I'm going to have to go and deal with that shortly. But what we are going to do is try to go out and raid out for someone that's playing some cool games. We'll see who's out there. If you have any suggestions, please put them here, post them here in the chat. If you're out there watching on YouTube, check us back here again for another video a week from today. And again, for those that are here, if you want to see me play some cool unannounced pre-beta gameplay for a game, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow afternoon, and there will be viewer engagement. Your choices will either make the game better or make my experience more painful. So if you want to have a chance to kind of pull some levers and make the toast happy or miserable, that'll be an opportunity for you. So with that being the case, thank you very much. Thank you much, everybody, for stopping on by. And we'll go raid somebody. And as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.